Hello bankers, a very good evening to all of you. Welcome back. So guys, in this particular session we are going to discuss our unit number 4, which is all about PSL and role of MSME in Indian economy, right? So priority sector lending and MSME's importance for Indian economy. So that we are going to discuss in this particular session. Very important topic guys from module A. सो अभी तक का सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक मैं इसको बोलूंगा, ठीक है. एंड यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट एटलीस्ट 2 marks क्वेश्चन based on this particular unit, right? So we have already done with these first 3 units. So today in this particular session we are going to discuss around role of priority sector lending and MSME in Indian economy, right? So basically the entire topic is divided between two major subtopic. One is PSL. These are some mandatory guidelines by RBI toward our commercial banks and other banks. So they have to lend a certain percent of their portion of their NDDL or sorry, not NDDL, ANBC, adjusted net bank credit or COP to the priority sector. Okay. And MSMEs, especially if you talk about the MSME, so role of MSME, the definition of MSME is very important because recently during the budgetary announcement, government they changed the definition of MSME. So you can expect one question based on that particular one and one question based on priority sector lending norms. It can be based on the straightforward guidelines like for RRB 75%, small finance bank 75% of their ANBC, or it can be related to commercial bank where they have to lend 40% of their ANBC and COPE to the priority sector, or it can be application based question. Okay? So we are going to discuss all these aspects with the help of multiple MCQs, case studies and application and statement based question. All right, so before starting the session, let's have a look around the course content. So role of priority sector and the another one is MSME. Okay, so definition in role of priority sector, list of priority sector, then we have priority sector lending norms, definition of MSMEs, role and significance of MSME in Indian economy, contribution of MSME in GDP. So recent initiative in MSME sectors like Atmanirbhar Bharat, then we have Make in India, Startup India, Stand Up India, and also these are the ones, right? So if you talk about this particular unit, first I'll give you a basic introduction about the like this. Okay, so this is a very important part. Okay, and priority sector lending norms from this particular one. Okay, definition of MSME, that is again a very important one. Okay, list of priority sector also. Okay, then contribution and this scheme wala part. Okay, so these are some major areas. So if you talk about the priority sector lending, okay, so priority sector, basically these are the most important sector of Indian economy. Okay. So basically they are very important in with reference to overall development of India's economy. Okay. तो कहीं ना कहीं गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एंड आरबीआई दे फाउंड दीज पर्टिकुलर industries the most important and to make them available timely credit and adequate credit. So RBI they generally categorize these particular or they generally give a list of priority sector areas in Indian economy, and they directed banks you have to lend a certain percent of their ANBC to the priority sector. Okay? So basically banks in India they have to have achieved those particular guidelines. They have like there are certain areas. Let's say if a bank who is lending 100 rupees, so out of 100 rupees, 40 rupees in case of a commercial bank, it should go to the priority sector where we have sub norms also. Okay, so by this way, what RBI did, RBI mandate bank ki a portion of their overall lending should go to the priority sector and all. Okay, in case of now even Cooperative Bank from 2025-26 itself. Okay. So they have a target of 75%. Earlier there was part of 40%. Okay. Then gradually RBI increased that particular one also. For small finance bank, for RRBs, it is already 75%. We have some sub norms also, right? Like for agriculture, it is earmarked 18% out of the 40% total lending. So we have so many guidelines under this particular one. Okay. So majorly 8 categories and ninth one is others. they generally comes under the priority sector. And if we talk about the MSME, again we have like as I told you during the budgetary announcement, government they changed the definition. This definition is generally based on investment in turnover, right? So आपका पहले small, medium and आपका सॉरी माइक्रो स्मॉल एंड मीडियम, ठीक है, तो तीनों के अलग अलग डेफिनेशन आपका, ठीक है, एंड देयर इज अ वेरी हाई प्रोबेबिलिटी कि यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट वन क्वेश्चन बेस्ड ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर वन, ठीक है. तो विद द हेल्प ऑफ एमसीक्यूज, with the help of statement based question, we are going to build our concepts toward these subtopics, right? So we will start with first, I just want to let you know about the core sectors. I hope everybody knows about these particular things, but we'll quickly revise, okay? So if you talk about the priority sector, okay, so these are the core priority sector which generally get identifies or which generally identifies by the RBI or government of India as a priority sector or the most important part of Indian economy. Okay? So basically they were like, these are very loan sensitive areas, and loan sensitive areas means the default or कहीं ना कहीं that collaterals was not available to these customers, ठीक है. So what RBI और कि कहीं ना कहीं इंडियन इकोनॉमी के डेवलपमेंट के लिए देवर द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एरिया. सो अब देखो क्या हो रहा है कि इफ बैंक इज लैंडिंग टू दीज कस्टमर्स, like there was lots of default from these particular customer, or even if we want to do collateral based lending, तो वहां पे आपका they do not have the certain collaterals and all. So what RBI did, so bank start avoiding those particular sector. So RBI in 1972 they come up with some set of guidelines. If you are running a bank in India, so you have to meet with these particular guidelines. Okay? So Morarji Desai was the very first person who coined this particular term called priority sector in 1969. Okay? So these are the 8 sectors. First one is agriculture. Then we have MSME. Okay? So micro, small and medium enterprises. Then we have export credit, education, housing, social infrastructure, renewable energy, others. Others which generally include the weaker section. Okay. So these are the areas which generally categorize as your priority sector. So that means if you are running a bank in India, so you have, like, let's say if you are running a bank, a commercial bank like SBI, bank like PNB or ICICI or SDFC, so they have to lend 40% of their A and BC adjusted net bank credit to the priority sector. Okay? And they have to report with RBI itself. Okay? They have met with those particular target, or if there is any shortfall, then we do have the alternates to meet those particular shortfall also, right? And in case of RRBs and small finance bank, it is 75%. Even though like for this cooperative bank also, this is also 75%. So this chart is going to help you. I directly pick this particular one from RBI website, so you'll not get any sort of confusion, right? So first, this is the rule one. You just take it as a rule one, and these are kind of subnorms. Okay? So this is rule one, and these are the subnorms to the rule one itself. Okay? So rule one says domestic commercial bank excluding RRB and your small finance bank and foreign bank with 20 and more branches. So they have to lend 40% of their ANBC as computed in para 6, like how we calculate ANBC. It is similar to total lending amount of the bank, but that calculation is not part of your curriculum. Or Kobe, wherever is higher, ठीक है. So in ANBC और कोप में से जो भी ज्यादा होगा उसका 40% they have to lend to the priority sector. Let's say for SBI, suppose that their ANBC is 100 crore. That means they have to lend 40 crore rupees to the priority sector in that particular case. ठीक है. So first आपका rule 1. Rule 2 is something related to foreign bank less than 20 branches. So 40% of ANBC or COPE, out of which 30%, 32% can be in the form of lending to export, and not less than 8% can be to any other priority sector. Okay? The third rule is about regional rural banks and small finance bank. Both they have to lend 75% of their ANBC to the priority sector. Okay? So these are the four core rules about this one. ठीक है? If you talk about the आपका cooperative banks, ठीक है? So we have the different chart. We will come to this particular one. ठीक है? So first, please do remember these one. ठीक है? Now, out of this, ठीक है? So out of this 40%, ठीक है? Let's say the 40% of A and B C for PNB is 100 crore. So out that means their PSL target is 100 crores. ठीक है? Out of that 100 crore, 18% means 18 crore is earmarked for agriculture. ठीक है? And 7.5% for MSME और आपका 12% for weaker section, right? So these are the sub norms which link with this particular rule. ठीक है? So 18% which is a link for the agriculture. ठीक है? Agriculture. Micro enterprises, it is 7.5%, and a weaker section, other category, it is 12%. So they generally comes under this. It is, this rule does not apply to a foreign bank with less than 20 branches, ठीक है, in India. ठीक है? So you have to remember this particular one. ठीक है? In case of regional rural banks, 18%, same as we have for commercial bank. ठीक है? 7.5% for MSMEs, ठीक है? And 15% for your weaker section. ठीक है? The only change what you will find here, it was 12%, but in case of regional rural banks, they have to lend, their core area is a weaker section itself. ठीक है? So or the other categories, so they have to lend 15% of their A and B C to the weaker section, right? In case of if you talk about the small finance bank, 18%, 7.5% same, and here it is 12% as it is for your domestic commercial bank. ठीक है? So these are the core guidelines. ठीक है? If you are running a bank, let's say as I gave you an example, ठीक है? So 40% of A and B C of a bank is supposed at 100 crore rupees. So out of this 100 crore rupees, ठीक है? So they have to lend 14%. 40% they have to lend to the priority sector. That is the primary goal. ठीक है? Out of which 40, out of that 100 crore rupees, 100 crore rupees is the overall target of that particular bank. Then 18% in it must goes to agriculture, 7.5 आपका for micro enterprises, 12% आपका weaker section. Now the question is, what about the remaining? ठीक है? So remains, they can lend in any out of these three areas. ठीक है? या जो भी आपके other primary sector areas हैं, उसमें वो लोग आपका लैंड कर सकते हैं. ठीक है? Similarly for these particular one also. ठीक है? But in case of, if you talk about the urban cooperative banks, so RBI, they made slight changes in this particular one. ठीक है? Total target was, initially it was 40% of A and B C as we have for commercial bank. ठीक है? So earlier they were completely aligned with the commercial bank. ठीक है? But later on, from 2020-21 onwards, RBI gradually increased the contribution of urban cooperative banks toward the priority sector. ठीक है? And by the financial year 2025-26, it also become 75. ठीक है? From that means from this current financial years means the coming one, sorry, ठीक है? Which will start from 1st April. So from 1st April 2025 onwards, they also have to meet with this one. ठीक है? And for 24-25 existing one, it is 75. So you have to have remember these two. ठीक है? Please इनको ध्यान रखिएगा, इसके ऊपर आपको क्वेश्चन देखने के लिए मिल सकता है. ठीक है? So if you talk about the sub category, ठीक है? So for sub category we have 7.5% and 12% आपका. ठीक है? So it is whichever is higher. ठीक है? The revised target for weaker section will be implemented in a phased manner. ठीक है? So it is like 10% here. ठीक है? Then आपका it will go to 12%. ठीक है? So this 12% will achieve by next year. Right now it is 11.75. Right now means I'm recording this video in March 2025. So after few days, this target will increase. For the coming financial year, it will be 12% also. Okay? So this right now it is 11.75%. Understood, guys? So please make a note of this particular one. This is definitely going to help you out. Even with the help of number of questions also, we are going to make our understanding toward these one. Okay? Now we will come to our question part. So first question on your screen, guys. So now, which of the following statement about priority sector lending and MSME sector are correct? Okay, so role of priority sector and MSME in India, or the background of these particular one, are correct here. So priority sector was first introduced in 1972. No, it is 1969 by Morarji Desai. This name or the other part, need for the fair credit distribution. The rest part is correct. The only thing is this year is mentioned incorrect. Okay. We RBI start implementing, or these guidelines become effective from 72, but the term priority sector, which was coined by Morarji Desai in 1969. MSME contribute more than 40% of India's total export. 100% true. So this statement is true. The MSME sector ranks second only after agriculture in term of employment generation. Again true. PSL focus on sectors that impact a vast population, including agriculture, small scale industries, and weaker section. Again, 100% true. The Banking Laws Amendment Bill 1967 introduced measure for financial liberalization to reduce banking regulation. No, it was not about the financial liberalization. We came post new economic reforms. Okay? So it was something related to social regulation of bank. Okay? So statement 5 is also wrong. So we have to find out the correct statement. That means second, third, and fourth. Second, third, and fourth. Uh, Okay, so option C will be right answer for this particular one. So first statement was incorrect. The reason was priority sector was first mentioned by Morarji Desai in 1967, not 1969. 67. Please do correct this. 1967. 1967. Then the fifth statement was incorrect. The Banking Laws Bill 1967 introduced, this is something linked with this one again, 67. So you can link with that particular one again. Introduce social control over bank, not the financial liberalization. Okay? The first question. So now we will have a quick reading. Okay? MSMEs basic I just want to discuss, because we have already discussed PSL with our first two slides. Okay? So MSME, micro, small and medium enterprises, are among the country's strongest driver of economic growth, innovation and employment generation. Okay? With a vast network over 60 million enterprises, the MSME sector contributes significantly to the growth of Indian economy. The sector contribute roughly 45% of manufacturing output, more than 40% of export, and more than 28% of GDP, while employing approximately 120 million people across country in India, ranking second only after agriculture in term of size of employment. Okay? So the MSME sector in India is quite diverse in term of enterprise size, प्रोडक्ट एंड सर्विस डाइवर्सिटी एंड दिस ठीक है. तो बाकी का सारा कहानी है वो आपका समझ. द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ द एमएसएमई सेक्टर इज एम्प्लॉयमेंट क्रिएशन, innovation, entrepreneurship, and supply chains is crucial, critical. So that is something related to MSME also. We will come to the MSME definition with a question itself. You do not worry. Chalo. First, I want to discuss the PSL part. Then we will be practicing the MSMEs part. ठीक है. तो अगला क्वेश्चन आपका जो है आसान क्वेश्चन है. ठीक है. We have discussed the guidelines. So now I hope you will be able to answer this. ABC Bank, a scheduled commercial bank, is reviewing the loan portfolio to ensure compliance with RBI's priority sector lending. The bank recently financed the following project. The project कौन से हैं? We have these 4 projects. Based on this, which of the following statement regarding the above loan is correct as per the revised PSL guidelines? The bank management want to determine whether these loan qualify under PSL or not. ठीक है. तो पहला लोन आपका 250 crore loan to tech-based private company for product innovation. No, it is not. It is not part of the PSL category. It is a general loan. So first will not part of this one. Loan to farmers for installing a solar power plant to solarize his Grid connections, agriculture pump, 100%, it will be part of this PSL team. 10 crores loan to an entrepreneur for setting up um, compressed biogas plant. Yeah, again, it is part of the आपका PSL. Loan for low cost housing to an economically weaker section EWS individual. It is also part of this. Okay, so these three are part of the PSL. Okay, so bank can achieve PSL certificate against these three lendings. Okay, and this is not included in the PSL itself. Okay, so only the loan for no a loan to the startup farmer solar power and CD plant under the but not housing loan. No, housing is also part of this, so this is also wrong. Okay. Only the loan for solar. No, only में तो we have other also. ठीक है. All loan qualify under PSL except the loan to the private company. Yes, ठीक है. Private company means your statement one आपका. ठीक है. Statement one नहीं है. बाकी आपका all three they generally get covered under this particular one. ठीक है. So option D will be right answer for this particular one. ठीक है. So startup finance 50 crore qualifies under PSL. Loan to farmers for solarizing grid connection agriculture pump fall under the renewable energy category, and loan for setting up compressed biogas plant are part of the renewable energy. Housing loan to weaker section fall under the housing and weaker section society category. Okay? So these are the categorization or subcategorization when where from where bank can achieve these particular certificate if they are lending in these many areas, right? Next one. Which of the following is not a category under PSL? This is a kind of bonus question for all of you. So what will be your correct answer? Infrastructure development itself. MSME is part of this one. Agriculture is part of this. So option A only will be right answer. So we have discussed those 8 sectors. 8 sectors आपका agriculture, MSME, export, education, housing, social infrastructure, renewable energy, other and weaker section. Okay? So others and weaker section. So we have these one. Okay? These are generally categorized as a priority sector. Okay? So as per your book, so we have this classification. Okay? Since it's an introduction of PSL guidelines, the list of sector has undergone modification on a few occasions based on the macroeconomic dynamics itself, to align with the emerging national priorities and bring a sharper focus on inclusive development. RBI revised the PSL guidelines on 4th of September 2020 by including bank finance to startup up to 50 crores, which we have practiced previous question. Loan to farmers in installation of solar power plants, solarization of grid connection, agriculture pumps, loan to establishment of compressed biogas plant. So this we have discussed with our previous question. Again, the following are the sectors which are generally categorized under priority sector. Again, agriculture, MSME, export credit, education, housing, social infrastructure, renewable energy, other and weaker section. So these are the areas which are generally comes under this priority sector lending. ठीक है? चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Next one, guys. Which of the following statement about priority sector lending norms are correct? So now this is based on our second slide which we have discussed. So I hope now you will be able to find out the right answers. Let's try. So domestic commercial bank excluding RRBs and small finance bank must achieve a PSL target of 40% of their ANBC and COB, whichever is higher. Please do remember this. This is whichever is higher. ठीक है. कई बार ऐसा हो सकता है कि वो यहाँ तक सब कुछ लिखा, लास्ट में लिख दिया whichever is lower, गड़बड़ हो जाएगा मामला. ठीक है. So this statement is 100% true. Regional rural banks and small finance bank have the same PSL target of 75%, whichever is higher. True. Foreign bank with less than 20 branches must allocate at least 18% of their ANBC and COP toward agriculture. Now see this. हमने ये चीज डिस्कस किया था. If you have less than 20 branches as a foreign bank, if you have less than 20 branches, so you don't those sub norms are not applied on those particular banks. ठीक है. तो अगर कोई फॉरेन बैंक उसके 20 से कम ब्रांचेस हैं तो सब नॉर्म्स जो आपका एग्रीकल्चर के लिए 18%, MSME के लिए 7.5%, वीकर सेक्शन के लिए 12% वाला नॉर्म है, that will not get implemented or apply on this one. ठीक है, so this is incorrect. ठीक है, that means this make this statement incorrect. ठीक है, the target for lending to micro, small and medium enterprises 7.5% for the category under this one. बिल्कुल सही. Advanced to weaker section must be at least 15% of it should be 12% आपका. ठीक है, small finance bank. अच्छा, okay, it is about the small finance bank. No, it is for आपका RRBs, not for small finance bank. ठीक है, जितना मुझे याद आ रहा है. ठीक है, so 1 to 4 only. ठीक है, so it is for small finance bank, not for, it is for RRB is not for small finance bank. ठीक है, सो यहाँ पे ये गड़बड़ होगा. ठीक है, सो 1 to 4 है, हाँ पहला ही ऑप्शन है. ठीक है, सो 1 to, अच्छा ओके, वी डिड समथिंग रॉन्ग. ठीक है, स्टेटमेंट 5 इज करेक्ट. द एडवांस फॉर वीकर सेक्शन टारगेट फॉर स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक इज 12%. ठीक है, नॉट 15%. हाउएवर RRB it is 15%. ठीक है, दैट मीन्स आई हैव टू करेक्ट दिस आंसर इटसेल्फ. ठीक है, ये क्या होगा आपका A होगा. ठीक है, आर आंसर इज करेक्ट इन दिस केस. ठीक है, ए इज द राइट आंसर फॉर दिस वन गाइस. ठीक है, सो दिस इज 12% ओनली. यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है, 15% आपका लिखा हुआ है. ठीक है, इट इज नॉट 15%, इट इज 12%. ठीक है, फॉर RRBs इट इज, फॉर RRBs इट इज 15%. ठीक है, सो ऑप्शन ए इज द राइट आंसर फॉर दिस वन. ठीक है, एंड दिस इज इनकरेक्ट. आपका ये इनकरेक्ट था. ठीक है, सो दैट्स व्हाई दिस. So ये आपका statement 3 was incorrect. Foreign bank less than 20 branches do not have agriculture target under the PSL norms. Understood? ठीक है, समझ में आया. छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जो मतलब if examiner will ask this type of question, for sure they are going to give you 2 marks. ठीक है, but changes कैसे होंगे आपका, whichever is higher उसको lower कर देगा. जैसे यहाँ पे आपका RRBs था. ठीक है, जैसे इस क्वेश्चन में खुद गड़बड़ हुआ. ठीक है, so it is for RRBs it is 15%. For small finance bank or for commercial bank it is 12% only, right? So that you have to build that much of expertise in this particular case itself. ठीक है, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. So this we have discussed earlier also. ठीक है, so for small finance bank it is how much, 12%. ठीक है, और आपका for RRBs it is 15%. Now this star mark ना, ये जो स्टार लगा है हैशटैग आपका. ठीक है, this is something related to this bifurcation. ठीक है, so आपका advances to weaker section it will be 12% आपका यहाँ पे. ठीक है, तो इसके हिसाब से ये जो बनाया गया. ठीक है, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. नेक्स्ट वन गाइस, ABC Industries in a manufacturing unit based in India that specialize in producing electronic components. The company has invested 8 crore rupees in plant and machinery, and its annual turnover is 45 crores. To avail MSME benefit, the company decided to register under Udyam registration portal. So, based on the Government of India MSME classification as per June 2020 notification, under which category ABC does ABC industries fall. ठीक है, अब देखो ये पुराने गाइडलाइंस के ऊपर. ठीक है, सो पुराने गाइडलाइंस के हिसाब से इफ योर टर्नओवर इज अप टू 10 करोड़. ठीक है, सॉरी आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट इज आपका 10 करोड़. ठीक है, मतलब कहां तक आपका ये अगर होता, कहां तक, अप टू 10 करोड़. ठीक है, और योर टर्नओवर इज अप टू 50 करोड़, तो यू विल बी कैटेगराइज अंडर स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज. ठीक है, तो इसमें है स्मॉल एंटरप्राइज. यस, सो स्मॉल एंटरप्राइज. ठीक है, बट राइट नाउ द नॉर्म्स चेंज. ठीक है, अब वहां पे क्या कर दिया गया आपका 50 करोड़ 100 करोड़. ठीक है, इन्वेस्टमेंट अप टू 50 करोड़ और आपका टर्नओवर अप टू 100 करोड़, दे विल बी कैटेगराइज अंडर द स्मॉल कैटेगरी. ठीक है, ये जो आपका स्मॉल एंटरप्राइज है इसमें. ठीक है, वी विल डिस्कस दैट वन. ठीक है, सो एज पर एमएसएमई डेफिनेशन 10 करोड़ 50 करोड़. ठीक है, तो इसलिए हमने इसको आपका देखो वहां पे उन्होंने रेफरेंस आपको दिया. ठीक है, दिस इज 20, बट इफ दे गिव रेफरेंस सेम सॉर्ट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, लेट्स से अगर हम इसको कर दूं कितना आपका. ठीक है, लेट्स से इट इज आपका सपोज दैट इट इज योर 30 करोड़. ठीक है, 30 करोड़ एंड इट इज सपोज दैट 90 करोड़. ठीक है, अगर ये कर देते हैं और अगर वो देते हैं कि एज पर और विद इफेक्टिव फ्रॉम बजट आपका. ठीक है, एज पर बजट, सॉरी. ठीक है, as per the budget बजट 2025-26, ठीक है. सो विच कैटेगरी इट विल कम्स अंडर, अगेन योर आंसर विल बी स्मॉल एंटरप्राइज, ठीक है. तो यू जस्ट हैव टू केयरफुल अबाउट दीज पर्टिकुलर डेट इटसेल्फ, ठीक है. तो दिस इज द न्यू chart which was provided by the finance minister during the budgetary announcement. Yeah. So here we have a complete comparison between old versus new also, ठीक है. So new MSME classification criteria as per Union Budget 25. So see, micro enterprise, earlier it was आपका based on investment 1 crores, and small it is 10 crores and medium it is 50 crores. Now investment criteria got changed. So our investment criteria which generally got changed to आपका 5. So it is आपका 5 crores, ठीक है. 5 crores no, not turnover, investment, हाँ, sorry, this is the investment, ठीक है. 5 crores आपका, I'll use pen only, ठीक है. So पहले ही आपका 1 crore था, now it is 1 crore to 2.5 crores, first thing, ठीक है. स्मॉल 10 crores जो हमने क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किया, नाउ इट इज 25 crores, ठीक है. तो हमने कुछ गड़बड़ किया था इसमें, ठीक है. 25 crores, ठीक है, नॉट 30. अगर हम इसको 25 crores करता हूँ, ठीक है. सो 25 crores इज द एक्चुअल वन, ठीक है. देन आपका मीडियम एंटरप्राइज 50 crores, इट इज 125 crores, ठीक है. सो दिस इज द रिवाइज इन्वेस्टमेंट लिमिट. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द टर्नओवर, ठीक है, तो मतलब आपको इन दोनों में से एक चीज को मीट करना होता है. वन, इट कैन बी बेस्ड ऑन द इन्वेस्टमेंट इन आपका जो कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर है वो, ठीक है. दूसरा, या फिर जो ओवरऑल टर्नओवर आप जनरेट कर रहे होते हैं, ठीक है. सो टर्नओवर आपका जो करंट है वो दैट इज आपका 5 crores, नाउ इट इज इंक्रीज टू 10 crores, ठीक है. 50 crores, नाउ इट इज 100 crores, आपका 250 crores, आपका 500 crores, ठीक है. सो दिस इज द न्यू डेफिनेशन. सो सिमिलर सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चन कि योर कंपनीज इन्वेस्टमेंट इज 25 करोड़, जहां पे 30 करोड़ में है, ठीक है, अप टू 30 करोड़, ठीक है. दूसरा आपका योर टर्नओवर इज 90 करोड़, ठीक है, ये 100 करोड़ तक, तो आप किस कैटेगरी में लेके आओगे इसको, स्मॉल. बट पहले का जो रूल था दैट वाज डिफरेंट, ठीक है. सो प्लीज डू रिमेंबर दिस, ठीक है. आपका ओल्ड वर्सेस न्यू आपका कितने से कितना कर दिया गया है, याद है, ठीक है. माइक्रो एंटरप्राइजेस आपका 1 करोड़ से 2.5 करोड़, 5 करोड़ से 10 करोड़, ठीक है, टर्नओवर बेसिस पे, ठीक है. एमएस स्मॉल एंटरप्राइज 10 टू 25, 50 टू 100, आपका 50 जो यहाँ पे है मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेस 50 करोड़ टू 125 करोड़, 250 टू 500 करोड़, ठीक है. तो थोड़ा सा इसको अगर आप प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, रिवाइज करेंगे, दिस इज डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू हेल्प यू आउट इन योर अपकमिंग एग्जामिनेशन, ठीक है. ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है आपके लिए. आई विल गिव 2 स्टार टू दिस डेफिनेशन बिकॉज यू, मतलब ये हाफ मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन भी हो सकता है, या ऐसे ही एक एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन जो हमने सॉल्व किया, इट कैन बी फॉर 1 मार्क्स ऑल्सो, ठीक है. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. व्हाट इज द टारगेटेड कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ एमएसएमई टू इंडियाज जीडीपी बाय 2025. सो गवर्नमेंट इज हैविंग अ टारगेट ऑफ 50%, ठीक है. सो एमएसएमई का कंट्रीब्यूशन आपका ये बढ़ के कितना करने का, 50% आपका, ठीक है. सो ये जो 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी का टारगेट है उसमें एमएसएमईज कंट्रीब्यूशन विल बी 50 करोड़, 50%, ठीक है. Which of the following statement about various government initiatives are correct? Yeah. So these initiatives are toward the MSME sector, ठीक है. तो जिसमें आपका मेक इन इंडिया initiative was launched in September 2014 to transform India into a global design and manufacturing hub, ठीक है. सो पहला सही है आपका, मेक इन इंडिया 2014 सितंबर 2000. I'm just little bit doubtful about this date, but otherwise the explanation is correct here. Startup India scheme provide loan ranging 10 lakh to 1 crores to women and SC ST entrepreneurs for greenfield business ventures. This is 100% true. The emergency credit line, the emergency credit line guarantee scheme ECLGS was introduced during the COVID-19 to provide 3 lakh crores in collateral free, ठीक है. It is not 3 lakh, it was 1 lakh crores आपका, ठीक है. 1 lakh crores आपका था ये, ठीक है. So not 3 lakh, ठीक है. This make this statement wrong. The production link incentive PLI scheme was launched with an allocation of 1.97 lakh crores for 13 key sectors over 5 years. This is true. The interest subsidy eligibility certificate scheme facilitate borrowings from bank to a khadi institution to bridge the funding gap. This is also true. ठीक है, एक बार मैच कर लेते हैं. ठीक है, so 245 नहीं, तो 1245 okay, that means 1245 ओके, आई हैव टू चेक दिस आंसर ना, आई एम लिटिल बिट कंफ्यूज. ठीक है, सी आपका. ठीक है, 1 2 3 4, अच्छा ओके, सारे ही सही हैं. ठीक है, 1 2 3 4 5. ठीक है, दीज ऑल स्टेटमेंट्स आर करेक्ट. ठीक है, सो मीन्स स्टेटमेंट सी इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट. दिस इज 3 लाख करोड़ इटसेल्फ. ठीक है, मेरे को जितना याद था 1 लाख करोड़ का. ठीक है, कुछ तो गड़बड़ था. चलो, तो दीज ऑल स्टेटमेंट्स आर करेक्ट. ठीक है, सो one state, the emergency credit line scheme was introduced during the COVID-19 to provide 3 lakh crores in collateral free to MSMEs. ठीक है, so please do remember this one also. ठीक है, so Make in India was launched in September 2014 as a major initiative to boost manufacturing, entrepreneurship, and innovation across various sectors in India. It aimed to increase the manufacturing sector contribution to GDP by 25%. ठीक है, GDP to 25% by 2020, 25, 22. Stand Up India scheme, which is for women's SC ST, was introduced to support women and SC ST entrepreneurs by providing them with a loan ranging 10 lakh to 1 crores to start their greenfield business. These loans are provided at a concessional interest rate to encourage business ownership among the disadvantaged groups. Okay. Emergency credit line guarantee scheme was introduced during COVID to offer 3 lakh crores in collateral free credit to MSMEs. ठीक है, so this was the right one. ठीक है, this scheme aimed to help businesses overcome financial stress, maintain cash flow, and restart up operation during the pandemics. Production Link Incentive Scheme, the PLI, was announced in Union Budget 21-22 with an allocation of 1.97 lakh crores to support 13 key sectors, including आपका, please do remember this, including आपका textile, then we have automobiles, steel, telecom, pharmaceuticals. The scheme provide financial incentive 4 to 6% on additional sale over the base years of 2019-20 to boost production, create job, and make Indian industries globally competitive. Interest subsidy eligibility certificates. Interest subsidy eligibility certificates is a financial support scheme for Khadi institution. It is majorly or dedicated to Khadi institution, enabling them to borrow from bank to bridge the gap between government budgetary allocation and actual financial requirements for khadi production. This ensure better financial stability for khadi related business. So this explanation deserve 3 star. तो दिस इज वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट. आपके बुक के एंड में ना जो स्कीम्स दिए गए हैं, वी हैव कवर ऑल दीज स्कीम्स. ठीक है, इन वन स्लाइड इटसेल्फ. ठीक है, तो ये स्कीम्स आपका यू हैव टू रिमेंबर, और थोड़ा सा रिवीजन आपको जो यहाँ पे करके चलना है. ठीक है दोस्तों, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Which of the following statement about credit guarantee fund trust for micro and small enterprises are correct? Again, okay, this was 1 crore. Now I can recall this. So credit guarantee fund and trust for MSMEs, MSEs, micro, small and and small enterprises. It provide a collateral free loan of 1 crore. So this is for आपका कितना था, 1.76 crore lakh crore something. This is production link incentive scheme is 1.97 lakh crores, and it is आपका ये कोलेटरल फ्री लोन्स वाला. वी एंटर्ड समथिंग रॉन्ग ना, किस में गए थे हम लोग, 3 करोड़ वाले में. ठीक है, दिस इज कोविड इमरजेंसी वाला. ठीक है, सो इट इज 1 करोड़. ठीक है, it jointly set up by the Ministry of MSME and SIDBI. This fund come under the SIDBI. The primary benefit large corporation, no, not large corporation, it is for micro and small enterprises. Thus make this a statement wrong. ठीक है? It aimed to facilitate credit flow to first generation entrepreneurs. ठीक है? The scheme play a significant role in supporting MSME during the COVID-19 pandemic. ठीक है? So that means 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. That means option D will be right answer for this one. ठीक है? So the Credit Guarantee Fund, a trust for MSE scheme, provide collateral free loans up to 1 crores, is managed by Ministry of MSME and SIDBI, help first generation entrepreneurs, and was instrumental in supporting MSME during COVID-19. Okay? So that is the one. Next one. Which of the following is not one of the four pillars of Make in India initiative? ठीक है, so Make in India initiative का चार pillars में से एक नहीं है. New process it was, ठीक है, new infrastructure, uh, new mindset, new funding is wrong. It should get replaced with new sectors. ठीक है, so this is the one. So option C will be right answer. ठीक है, so if you study the scheme Make in India initiative, it has four pillars: new process, new infrastructure, new sectors instead of new funding, ठीक है, and new mindset also. ठीक है, so new process, new infrastructure, new sector and new mindset. ठीक है, so these are the four areas or core areas, or basically what government is trying to do. They generally exploring things in these four different dimensions. ठीक है, next one. Which of the following scheme about various MSME scheme are correct? Again, this is very important one. ठीक है, so बहुत ही ज़्यादा important है ये. Explanation will got 3 star for this one. ठीक है, so Udyam Mitra portal was launched by SIDBI to improve the accessibility of credit and hand-holding services to MSME. MSME Sambandh aim to monitor the implementation of public procurement policies for MSME by central public sector enterprise. Digital MSME scheme, so these all schemes are related to MSMEs. ठीक है, जैसे आपका उद्यम मित्र है, MSME संवाद है, ठीक है, संबंध सॉरी, ठीक है, डिजिटल MSME स्कीम आपका, ठीक है, यूज द ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी टू फैसिलिटेट सिक्योर ट्रांजेक्शन. ठीक है, नॉट ब्लॉकचेन, इट इज क्लाउड बेस्ड. ठीक है, इट शुड बी क्लाउड. ठीक है, क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग का इस्तेमाल होता है यहाँ पे, ब्लॉकचेन का नहीं. ठीक है, Prime Minister Employment Generation Program PMEGP is a credit link subsidy program under the Ministry of MSME, which generally help or which generally provide benefit to the MSMEs if they create the employment. Then we have Spurti scheme for fund regeneration of traditional industries, aim to organize traditional industries and artisans into clusters to enhance their marketability and skills. 100% true. Okay? So the only statement incorrect is 3. That means we have to find out correct statement 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. That means option B should be right answer for this particular one. Yes. So statement 3 was wrong. Digital MSME scheme is a cloud computing based scheme, not based on your blockchain technology, right? So now let's practice some question from your book itself. Which of the following is not a priority sector? So इनमें से priority sector कौन सा नहीं है? Information technology itself. Rest आपका they generally comes under the priority sector. As per the new definition of MSME, investment in plant and machinery or equipments does not exceed. तो अब अगर हम like if you as per the new MSME investment plant and machinery equipments does not exceed as for micro sector. ठीक है, तो माइक्रो सेक्टर के लिए कितना था आपका? It is 10 crores. ठीक है, 10 crore or something. I just missed that figure. I just want to check. So the point we have discussed here now, it is investment 2.5 crores. Sorry, it is 2.5 crores. So now, as like if you take this question as per Union Budget 2025 itself, so it is 2.5 crores. So as per the budget it is 2.5 crores. ठीक है, so 2.5 crores, which is not in our options. ठीक है, which is not one of the pillar of Make in India program. ठीक है, so Make in India program, ठीक है, new process, new infrastructure, new government is not part of this one. ठीक है, so government is not part of this one. Which among the following is not a part of PLI sector? ठीक है, so pharmaceutical drugs, आपका food production, ठीक है, specialty steel will not part of this particular one. ठीक है, so this is the one. Okay, so this is it. This is all about your PSL and MSME. I hope you enjoy this particular one. Okay, so now my request to all of you, please do revise this particular unit with the help of that explanation part. That explanation is definitely going to help you out to make your understandings about this particular unit itself, right? So this is our Telegram group, so you can connect me over there, and if you want to talk, you just do ping me. You can directly message me, so I'll share my number also. So we'll discuss like what challenges you are facing, and I'll try my best to solve those particular one. ठीक है दोस्तों, तो आज के लिए इतना ही करेंगे. ठीक है, PSL, I hope you got this particular thing. See, whatever content given in your book, that is important. ठीक है, what journal queries nowadays I'm getting from you guys, ठीक है, that is कि sir we haven't started here. ठीक है, so if you'll study PSL, if you'll study MSME, they itself will take like 2 to 3 hours for PSL, 2 to 3 hours for your आपका MSME. ठीक है, if you go for MSME Act, it is itself a subject. ठीक है, so but you have to be very specific, which is like that is requirement of your examination, and that I'll make sure कि you'll get these things. ठीक है, so whatever I have experiences with IIBF, so I'm like giving that experiences, I'm sharing that particular experiences, I'm preparing content, and like कई बार ना like people they generally think कि बहुत जल्दी जल्दी कंटेंट नहीं मिला. रीज़न यही है डिले का. मतलब एक दिन में आपको दो क्लास या एक क्लास इसलिए मिलती है कि आई वांट कि हाँ जो चीज़ आप पढ़ो वो चीज़ आपके काम आए, रादर देन कि डूइंग एनी, मतलब कुछ भी करने से अच्छा है कि लाइक आप लिमिटेड पढ़ो, ऐसा पढ़ो कि लाइक यू विल इफ विल follow the classes we have done with module D, we have done with module C, module A 4th unit. ठीक है, we have only 11 minutes. ठीक है, बिफोर अप्रैल आई एम गोइंग टू कंप्लीट दिस IN-IFS. सो आपके पास AFM पूरा है, आपके पास IN-IFS पूरा है. ठीक है, PPB, अब ऐसा नहीं कि PPB एंड RBWM को पढ़ने के लिए आपके पास कंटेंट नहीं है. वी ऑलरेडी हैव this module wise summary videos, unit wise summary videos, unit wise practices. You can have your first, you can build your first understanding with the help of those particular videos. Though then from 1st April onwards, I'll be coming with the unit wise MCQs for PPB. In PPB there are some units are very small, so we'll have like we have 55 minutes. Out of 55 minutes, 10 to 13 units are, they are very small. They can like we can discuss those particular unit with the help of some other like we can combine those particular one. ठीक है, so you do not have to worry about कि how we will cover the 55 units and all. ठीक है, we'll do it. The focus should be around this IN-IFS because this is the most important. It will boost your morale if you'll score 65 plus in this examination itself. And I'll make sure कि if you follow these particular thing, if you'll practice our module wise mock. ठीक है, so why I kept two set of module wise mock. One set is based on the mixed question, another set is based on unit wise. ठीक है, unit 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 for module A, for module B 10. So if you practice those, you can attempt those particular mock tests n number of time. ठीक है, जितनी बार आपको प्रैक्टिस करना है, and we have detailed solution also. So go for those particular, जैसे आप ऑफिस में भी बैठे रहते हैं, एप्लीकेशन से आप मॉक लगाते रह सकते हैं. कोई ऐसा डिस्टर्बेंस नहीं होगा. जहाँ पे जितना टाइम चाहिए मैंने इनफ टाइम रखा हुआ है, 2 hours 3 hours तक का. एंड अगर नहीं भी होता है एक बार में आपने 50 क्वेश्चन करें, नेक्स्ट टाइम स्टार्ट विद द 50 क्वेश्चन इटसेल्फ. ठीक है, सो जितनी बार लगाना चाहे उतने बार लगाएं. ठीक है, तो प्रैक्टिस करते रहिए, साथ साथ में थोड़ा सा पढ़ते रहिए, और अगर कोई हेल्प की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है तो उसके लिए भी आप कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. तो आज के लिए इतना ही करेंगे गाइस. दिस इज इट फ्रॉम माय साइड. थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग दिस सेशन, थैंक यू फॉर वाचिंग दिस सेशन. बाय, टेक केयर ऑल, हैव अ नाइस डे एंड ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट गाइस. थैंक यू.